Hey guys, it's Siobhan with Quickie and Beyond. This is just going to be a quick energy update for April 27th, 2019. As of yesterday, I was receiving some information from the collective, from Spirit, and I was guided to share it with you guys now. So yesterday I was feeling physically in my body a massive change taking place. So I've been experiencing headaches, aches and pains, tenseness in my muscles, feelings of extreme exhaustion and lethargy. It is somewhat in relation to my own physical transformation, but this is also a collective transformation. And so what I was receiving was symbolism of the brain and bones. So when I was closing my eyes, I was seeing brain matter. And so I'm interpreting this as the brain and the neural pathways and neural circuits of the brain being upgraded. So there's new neural pathways and connections being established, which is allowing us to use a higher percentage of our brain simultaneously. So it is a common misconception that we only use 10% of our brain. That's not actually true. We use probably about 90% of our brain, but we only use about 10% of it at one time. So this is allowing us to use a higher percentage of the brain simultaneously, so in one instance of time. So this is allowing us to have expanded levels of consciousness, and that is what is causing this physical ascension into 5D. As our consciousness raises and as we become more aware of everything around us and within us, we're able to then ascend, because going into a different dimension, such as fifth dimension, is not a physical shift. It is a physical shift in the sense that we're going through a lot of body and DNA changes, but it's a consciousness shift first and foremost. And then there's a ripple effect out into the collective. You are shifting timelines, you're shifting your consciousness, which changes everything around you. So another thing that I was seeing was bones. They were showing me skeletons and skeletal structures and bones in all different forms. I was just seeing bones everywhere around me. Not physically, but just, like seeing a skull and crossbones sticker or a skull and crossbones on somebody's jacket, or like bones here and there. I saw like a physical, we were just driving by a house and there was literally this like skeletal like you would see in like a science lab hanging up in this person's window. And I was just like, okay, I get the picture. So this is actually relating back to DNA, because DNA is formed within our bones. So this is a shift in our DNA structure that is occurring within our bone marrow at this time. And then what they were showing me was snowflakes. And what that represents is crystalline structure. So our physical DNA and our physical body is shifting from an old 2-strand DNA to a multi-strand DNA. And what that is creating is a shift from the carbon-based structure of our body to a crystalline-based structure. And what this is happening because and in conjunction to this higher level of consciousness, aka Christ consciousness. So Christ equals crystalline. So it's kind of this chicken and the egg, which came first. Did the consciousness shift and then it changes the body, or is the body changing and then changing the consciousness? It's a little bit of both, but it does start with these higher frequencies that are coming in. And these are coming through from the galactic center. So they were showing me galaxies and spiraling energy. So this energy is coming from the galactic center. Our Earth has raised into a higher frequency bandwidth of the galaxy. Literally, like our orbit has gone up into this bandwidth, which we are now receiving all of this higher photonic energy through our sun. So it's coming from the great central sun, but it's being filtered filtered through or I guess you could say channeled through our sun to us. And previously, these energy codes were being stepped down a little bit because we kind of had to be spoon-fed for a little while. If everything came blasting through all at once, we would short circuit. Like our physical bodies would not be able to handle these frequencies, and a lot of people would die. So not to be afraid, because that's not going to happen. I don't want to trigger anyone or send anybody into apocalyptic fears of the future. That's not the case. We are being protected. We're being guided. This is all according to divine plan. And so what's happening is we've gone through little waves and little waves and little waves, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and incrementally more and more photonic light is being allowed into our atmosphere, which is affecting the Schumann resonance of the earth, so the electromagnetic frequency of the earth itself, and thus each individual person. Your electromagnetic field is shifting in response to the electromagnetic shift of the planet. And as a collective, as a human collective, we are shifting into this higher frequency, into this higher consciousness, this crystalline consciousness. So this is really huge, huge, huge stuff. And it's very much physical. We've heard about this stuff for a long time, but it's becoming much more tangible and much more real as we are now undergoing this process. So this can present as a lot of tiredness, aches and pains, muscle spasms. You can have strange tingling or prickling sensations in your body. I was getting them along my arms, the bottoms of my feet, like sharp prickling. It almost felt like I'd stepped on glass. So that is a lot of energy being released and this physical structural change taking place. I've also been having headaches, so you may have like muscle tension, muscle tenseness, which can also lead to headaches or can be exacerbated by headaches. Migraines, sensitivity to light and sound, sensitivity to other people's energy. That's a big one. If you feel like you need to stay inside and sort of just give yourself a little bit of time and space to integrate these codes, please do that. Trust your intuition. And it's so important to listen to what your body needs. If it's asking for more sleep 10 hours if you feel like it. If that's what you need, do it. If you're being called to eat certain kinds of foods or to stop eating certain kinds of other foods, then please do that. Drink tons of water. It's going to help the cellular process to happen more quickly because water is conductive. So not only do all of your cells require water to renew themselves, but it's conducting this photonic light energy as well. So it's everything you need is in water. If you're not experiencing these symptoms right now, that's okay too. We are all, as a collective, ascending. However, each individual will be on an independent cycle. And you may be on a cycle with a different section of the collective. So it's almost like there's one overall energy of the collective, which is rising indefinitely right now. But there is also smaller segments depending on where you live, depending on the people that you're surrounded with, depending on your monad group, your soul frequency at a base level, all sorts of other factors. So you may be going through different changes right now, but ultimately, we're all working as a team. So each individual group of the collective is undertaking certain changes which are adding to the collective transformation and ascension process. So listen to your intuition, listen to your body, watch for signs. If you're seeing signs around you, pay attention to those, write them down if that helps, or keep a mental journal, if you will. There's lots of information coming in right now, and to those who are sensitive to this, it's very important to ground yourself, to clear your energy, to allow this physical transformation to take place with as much ease and grace as you can muster, and to go easy on yourself. They were also showing me the word union and unity over and over and over again. And what that represents is there's this union going on between the inner and the outer, as above, so below, as within, so without. I was seeing a lot of mirroring numbers and activation numbers. So this is us literally reflecting the outside changes that are happening as inward changes, and the inward changes are the outward changes that we're seeing. So it's all related, it's all connected, and we are literally bringing heaven on earth in a very physical way. But what this does is, as this light comes in, there's this purging, there's this detox, there needs to be an elimination or a transmutation of all of these lower vibrational thought forms, frequencies, energies, entities. So it's also very necessary for everyone to protect themselves right now. So you can clear your energy by taking a salt bath. Epsom salts work great, or Himalayan pink salt. Using crystals to grid your house, protect your energy. If you are a Reiki master or you work with energy, you can use symbols to protect your home. You can call upon the archangels to protect your energy, particularly Archangel Michael. So you can call on him with his blue or purple ray of energy. He was also showing me gold and silver. So again, these were mixed together, showing this union, this unity of the seeming duality. Everything's coming into union, into oneness. And so you can use affirmations and statements to assure that you're protected, because as the collective is purging all of these things, they do have to come out to be released, healed, transmuted. So it's important to be safe, make sure that you are protecting your energy and protecting your personal space, and be careful when you're out and about maneuvering through the world. There seems to be a lot of accidents happening right now, lots of just little, people are kind of out of it, because this is a very huge transformational process. And when you try to go about your regular life like it's any other day, there's going to be hiccups. There's going to be little bumps in the road, because this is a massive collective change, and everyone's feeling this energy whether they realize it or not. So just be careful when you're out in public, maneuvering around. Just make sure that you're very aware of what's going on around you, and that you're grounded and your energy is protected. All right, guys. So I really hope this helped. If you have any further questions, or if you need further guidance or healing, I am a certified holographic Usui Reiki master, and I specialize in clearing and balancing, aligning the chakras, which can very much assist you in the physical transformation that's going on right now. And I'm also an intuitive tarot therapist. So if you need additional archetypal information or guidance in that sense, I can assist you as well. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Good luck in this ascension process. We're going through it together. All right. So in unity, we rise. I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.